Okay, so you were asking about, let me as loud as I can go. Exercise SAM 737, your double object pronouns. Well, you have to identify your direct and your indirect object pronouns first. So this is your, I think I usually do, direct in green, and this doesn't really matter, but we're going to do direct. Whoops. We're going to make our direct object pronouns. We're going to identify them using green, and we're going to use purple with our indirects. Okay, so when you're over here, it says, Anita compró unos esquís, blank dio a su hijo. Okay, well, there's two nouns. Well, there's three. There's Anita, who's the subject, so we can ignore Anita. Then the next two nouns are skis and her son. What she buys is your direct object. Okay, the skis are what she's buying. This is your direct object, and we're going to end up replacing it with a direct object pronoun. And then to whom she bought them is for whom she bought them is your indirect, which is going to be her son. And I'm going to go ahead and put it around all of this because this is everything that's coming out, even though it's really the son that you want to focus on. So you need to replace both of these. So unos esquís, you're putting it as low. Esquís is plural. And so your options over here are lo la for something that's singular, like an it. If it had been one ski, then that would be lo. But since it's two skis, you're looking down here. And so unos esquís gets replaced with, let's make that smaller so it all fits in here. It's going to get replaced with los. You're going to replace that whole block with los. And then the hijo is going to get replaced with le because it's an indirect object pronoun. So the indirect object pronouns are these guys and the direct objects are these guys, okay? And if you read through that chapter or you watch the videos, when you're doing double object pronouns, the indirect comes before the direct, okay? So when you're plugging it in here, so you're saying like Anita bought some skis and she gave them to him, her son. And I know that's a little bit redundant, but in Spanish, they often will repeat the indirect object, even if you have the pronoun. Okay, so what we want though is to plug in here is the pronoun. So what we need is that le los. But when you end up with a scenario like this, both your indirect and your direct are both starting with an L, they change the indirect to say. So that purple one becomes say, and the answer should be se los. That's what should go right there, not se lo. And you'll notice this little call out box. If you look at your attempts, if you look at the call out box, it'll tell you the right answer or give you some other suggestions as to how to get it. So the answer should not be se lo, but se los, because esquís is plural. So that's what really should go here. Y se los dio a su hijo. Yo leí las revistas y después se las di a ti. Okay, so there's a problem here as well. The direct object is what has been read, which are the revistas. Okay, which since it's a direct object, you're going to replace with las, which you did fine. Okay, but then over here, who we're giving these magazines to is Ati. Ati does not get replaced with le. Ati would get replaced with te. Okay, and so again, the indirect is what should go first. So what should go in that block is te las. And because it's te, you don't use say. You only use say when both your direct and your indirect start with an L. So, whoops, I didn't change the colors on these, but that second one, well, I wonder if I can, I'll just rewrite it. Okay, so what goes first is the purple, te, and then what goes next is your las, so that you can see. And that's what should go in the middle instead of se las, te las. And then down here, and I'm just going to do number 3 so that you can attempt at least number 4. Raúl le tiró la pelota a Pepe. Pepe blank tiró a Adrián. So here, the direct object for both of these sentences is the ball, la pelota, which we would replace with la, right? Okay, and for the second one, because it's basically like two sentences, so when you have a comma, it's like two sentences that are joined together with, well, they are joined together with a coordinating conjunction, and so you want to find the indirect object of the second one. Well, the indirect object of the second sentence is Adrián, which is the same thing as, but he's the indirect object, so he's not lo, he's le, right? Okay, and so then again, your indirect gets written before your direct, so it goes le, and then you, sorry about that. And then you've got two L's, so your indirect, the one that comes first, gets changed to se. And it doesn't matter whether that indirect was le or les. Anytime the indirect and the direct both start with an L, the indirect gets changed to se. There is no ses, it's just se. So that's what should go here. And so hopefully that'll help you understand a little bit better what you're doing in 637.